Welcome. Thank you for tuning in to the Liquid Wisdom Podcast, where we take the fear out of everyday life, one episode at a time. So if you're not scared, let's jump into the deep end right now, and please, don't pee in the pool. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. You know, one of the most beautiful things about doing this podcast is that no matter how many times I say hello to you all, it feels like it's the first time, and it really is a beautiful thing. And I can't thank you all for your support, for following me on this journey. And one of the most coolest things about journeys in life and in general is that you come across some beautiful people, some truly resonant souls where you can share similar experiences and learn from one another. And this week is no different. We have another special guest who's going to come in and give their perspective on giving of yourself. This is part 3. Of course, you know, I started out this series by giving my perspective. We had the lovely Molly B come in and give her perspective. And this week, we have a very, very special guest. This man has reached level 28 in the game of life. He is a pro wrestling fanatic, Oscar Ming for you Tekken lovers out there. He reps the Shimmy FGC network. He is also a certified affiliate streamer, a very close friend of mine, my brother Hosenka. How are you doing today, man? Doing all right?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to have you on. Now, I have a hard time believing. I've been ribbing about this, but you said this is your very first podcast experience, right?
Yes, it is. Very first one.
You can't hear it though. Like the poise that this brother possesses. It's incredible. It's truly incredible, man. No, man, but seriously, I'm happy to have you here, man. Thanks for. I know, you know, you have multiple things you juggle, you know, school and that sort of thing. So to have you slice some time aside, come sit down with me, man, to talk about aspects of your life and what it means to give of yourself, being a part of this project series with, you know, and the other people that's coming in, man, it really means a lot. I can't thank you enough for it.
Oh, not a problem, man.
cool, man. so let's go ahead and just jump right into it, man. For you and what we're dealing with now, what does it mean to you to do the things that you do? Like what are sort of things you get out of it? Because you seem to do it with a smile. You give your support. I see it all the time throughout the community, man. Like, you really give of yourself a lot. So like, what does that mean to you in order to do such a thing?
It means like a lot to me, because I've been in, like I said, I had a lot of trouble in my life, and we're going through a really troubled time, and I actually you know, we are going through troubled times, so it's just more like, you know, let's just, instead of just living in you know, fear and doubt and being negative, why don't we bring like a lot of positivity up? And that's something that we all need. So when I see like a lot of people who I follow on Twitter, or like my friends outside of work or anywhere, I always, you know, be like the positive guy, because, you know, we're going through troubled times. I mean, life's too short, man. You know, like, you gotta live a little.
No, it's great, man. That's all. I think is a really good point. I mean, this year has taken so much in many facets of everyone's lives, from the common workers to the super rich. I mean, everyone's been affected in some way, form, or fashion. So for you, as another individual who resonates with positivity, how are you dealing with all of this? I mean, you know, this entire life-changing process of having to live and do things differently than you did before. How are you adjusting to it?
Well, back then, when this all had originally started, when we're all in lockdown over here, it kind of just, at first I didn't want to believe it, because I'm like, you know, we'll be open back. You know, we open back in. Everybody do what they do. You know, do what we're gonna do the most. And until it was one day where I decided to give my mother a phone call, because I am working on talking to my family more because they live far from me. So uh, I woke up this morning and I was on Discord and just looking at stuff on my day off, talking to some friends, and then I found out that one of the my favorite tournaments, Combo Breaker, got canceled,
Yeah.
and it brought my mood down, all because of the pandemic. I see a lot of people on Twitter were complaining about it, and it kind of brought my mood down. And then when I was working the day before, I was talking to a lot of customers, and they were creeping me out. Ooh, this is gonna happen because you have this, and this is gonna go on. You can't be outside. You have asthma. It brought me to the point where I ended up really was crying on the phone with my mom.
Wow.
Because now I'm a strong person. I don't usually cry and stuff like that. I really don't. But at that point, it was a moment of weakness for me, because it was like, what should I do? Like, I can't. Stuff is canceling. Stuff is going on. The customers at work are telling me this. I'm seeing this stuff on the internet. Like, I can't take it. Like, what should I do? And my mom was like, well, son, the first thing you need to do is, it's okay to cry if you're overwhelmed with everything.
Yes, it really is.
But what you really need to do is you really need to stay strong and focus on positive things. So after talking to her, I took that as like one of the most greatest advice to ever get from your mom or dad, and I used it. And to this day, when I see someone's down or out, or they're going through a really tough, difficult time in their life, I always give them compliments. Like some of my, like one of my friends, he came out as bisexual, and I just came out and said, well, you know what? I don't even care if you're polka dotted. I don't even care if you half centaur, half centaur, half monkey. I'll still support you no matter what. You know why? Because you're my friend. And if you support me, I support you. So ever since then, I didn't think it would take off like as it did. And it just fester everywhere.
It just started. You just started. You planted that seed, man, and then now look at this beautiful garden that you've sprung because of it, due to the love that you put into it. No, it really is okay. I'm glad, Mom. Shout out to you, Mom, man. I'm glad that she, reassured you and informed you that crying is okay. That's strength too. I mean, there's more than one way to be strong. And like I said, man, I think just seeing. Like you said, start festering everywhere. That's how I came across through another friend. Shout out to Yaki. Seeing a lot of the stuff that you do, man, like despite whatever you're going through, you take it upon yourself to pass along the love and support to other people. Some of these people you probably never met before a day in your life, but you give cheerfully, and you do it with a smile, and you do it any chance that you can get. And I think that's really resonates with me, man, because given how things are going in the outside world and what we're dealing with now, it's acts of kindness like this that can truly stay with a person, no matter, because you don't know what they're going through on the other end when you send that encouraging word to them. But the fact that you take your time out of your day to do so, I think that's truly beautiful, man. I think that is in essence what it means to give of yourself, because it means despite whatever I'm dealing with, I want to give you something in which hopefully you can give to someone else. And that's how it spreads. I think that's incredible. It really is.
Thank you.
No, because it's no problem, man. So I want to ask you this. Like, I know you and I, we talk wrestling sometimes, like off mic and that sort of thing. So given the way, because everyone spreads love, everyone gives differently, right? There's more than one way to give of yourself. So to put it in wrestling terms, if you had to fashion yourself as a wrestler, clearly you'd be a face or a good guy. Who does your personality or your mindset when it comes to the positivity that you spread? Who do you remind yourself of the most? It can be a wrestler from the past, it can be even current. Like, who do you fashion yourself behind as far as like the way that you give people encouragement?
Ooh. Um.
Got you on the spot.
Yeah, I'll be right there. um. I would say as far as I say we go present wise,
Okay.
it has to be the New Day. I mean, come on,
Ah,
the
yeah,
New
yeah,
Day
yeah.
with all three members, like they're like my favorite. My pretty much persona like, is like them where they like they on the thing they be like, oh, don't you dare be sour,
Yeah.
and feel the power.
Clap for your world famous. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. No, I understand. No, that's beautiful, man. I could definitely see that. Those guys, man, they are gold when they're on TV, and those guys really are friends in real life. So that kind of chemistry, it really does. You can see it, when they record and when they wrestle, that sort of thing. And I could definitely see that, man, because the thing is about you, man, you unless someone stopped and asked you, you'll never really know what you're really dealing with, but you still greet every day, with a smile. And I guess in your opinion, given the community that we're both a part of, and the sort of things that we want for the community that we love so very much, and I'm not saying it's everybody, but a lot of people really do care, and they give in their own way. But then there's a majority of others who unfortunately have not taken that step in order to change the culture of sorts in which we all exist. What do you think are some of the things that prevents people from being able to take that next step in order to give, in order to make that kind of change?
Well, the first thing I would say is in order to start the change, they gotta change a few things themselves first.
True. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
that's the first thing. The second thing is it's okay to put the phone down when it comes to social media. Just put it down.
Yeah, please do.
That's what I did when all of the COVID-19 and all that shenanigans transpired. I was
Yes,
like,
Lord.
you know what? It's time to get off the PC. Time to get off the phone. Let's go do something else. That's another thing, because seeing a bunch of the most negative and disturbing things behind the keyboard,
Yeah.
it's terrible. And to me, I felt like I don't necessarily like get into that type of stuff. It's like, who does that? Like,
Yeah.
who just sits there, and oh, this and that, and it's like nobody has time for all that. Obviously, it's not affecting you that if it's affecting you that bad, just get off of social media. That's the thing
Take
that
a break.
yeah, it's like a make or break thing. It's like that's the thing. Like a lot of the FGC really need is, yeah, we're going through a really difficult time, and yeah, there has been a lot of stuff has been canceling out. There's online now, unfortunately. But it doesn't hurt to just step away for a second,
Yeah.
reevaluate yourself, and then if you see someone else that's in need of in the same boat as you are, you uplift them. You don't have to bring somebody down, and you don't have to sit there and have to see what everyone else is going through. If you do see, like I said, just lend a hand, because you never know. We're all human. We all have different problems, so it's, and just play fighting games. That's another thing. It went from we all trying to get good, get better, and become the best, to it just became a whole war zone. It's that's not what that is. That's not what the FGC is built on.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, you have to reevaluate yourself first before you try to help others, and then try to support a foundation. And that's what I did, because I took a step back to say, you know what, Hosenka, what am I doing? What are you doing? What am I doing to help this person? And I need to reevaluate myself first. And that's what I did. Because if I didn't do that, I don't think, in my opinion, my opinion, I don't think as a person would try to understand the lesson and understand what's been brought out.
Hmm. Wow, that is deeply insightful, man. I think that what separates you from most people is, like you said, the you want to make a change in your life, or have your actions impact others in a more beneficial, positive way. But before you even do any of that, you got to take like you said, take a hard look at yourself. Reflection, introspection, all of that matters, because you can't be of service to others until you're able to be of service to yourself. And I think that's a great first step for everyone, not just within the community, but in the world we live in. I mean, we are reminded every day that life is so very short, and you can lose everything in a matter of seconds. Someone you care about, something you work for, can be gone because of circumstances beyond your control. So it is incumbent upon all of us as human beings to try and do our best every day. If we don't know, find someone who does know, so they can help you along the way. But I think that is truly a remarkable first step to take, is introspection. And so, which honestly leads me to something I wanted to ask you, and I just want to get your take and your perspective on. So sometimes for some people, if they don't take that courageous step to be the change they want to see around them, sometimes they're inspired by others. So in your particular case, what inspired you in order to be the incredible person that you are now, and the person that you are working at being better at every day?
What inspired me was, honestly, the thing that inspired me was like my family. It was because of the long distance, and I don't get to really rarely see them all the time, and they've inspired me to be a strong person, like especially my dad. Like, I tell you, way how I say this is like, I learned a lot from both my parents. And obviously I learned a lot from my dad because, I have my dad's meme mug all the time. His meme mug, oh man.
But you don't know, but you're such a nice guy though, right? So it's like they see you, it's like, oh man, this guy looks scary. And then you give him a smile and like, hey man, how's it go? Oh, you're so nice. You get that all the time?
A lot.
You really do? What's that like for you? When you subvert expectations like that in the most positive way? Like, oh wow, he's really nice.
I think it's because more or so, like, I know how to present myself in a way where I don't want anyone to think that, oh, it's just, just Hosenka, just he coming to work, he looks angry.
He looks angry.
He has a RBF all the time, and then when you talk,
a resting brother face.
Yeah, and then when you talk to me, it's like, oh hey, how you doing? And then they get shocked. It's like that everywhere. It's like that when I'm at home. It's like that when I'm walking, just go for a walk. It's like that. It's everywhere. Like it's crazy, and it's just like, I really, it could be a blessing sometimes, and it could be a curse.
Okay. Let's talk about the curse first, then let's end it with the blessing. Let's do that. So why is it a curse?
Because a lot of times, and I know a lot of people have seen this, but a lot of times, sometimes my kindness can get taken for weakness.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of times is where, if I feel like, how could I put it in this form? So if you just friends just have to be completely genuine. Like, I don't just be friends with everybody. Like, I have to be friends with people who are there supportively, physically, and mentally.
Absolutely.
And I had dealt a lot of friendships in the past, in my early 20s, where I thought, I think this was during after Yeah, during the college. So it was more so like, oh, I get to fit in. Let's meet new people. Oh no, it didn't work for me because it made me feel try to pretend to be something that I'm not. Like I'm not programmed to be something that I have no business being. I had no business being near, like around these group of people.
Yeah.
I couldn't fit. Like I couldn't fit in. Like everyone's like vibe is just completely off, and it feels like, oh, it's the new thing, and it's like clearly it's not for me. So I tried to change my outlook, where because at the time, you know, uh, being 20, and I played a lot of fighting games, and I would just talk about, oh, I'm just gonna go to Evo, I'm gonna do this, and then my other group of friends who were just like, yeah, that's kind of lame. So I was like, okay, so let me just, maybe let's change my image a bit. And let me tell you, that was the worst thing I ever did was change my image. I'm sitting here just I was looking completely stupid because it was just like I went and got like a couple new shirts, that something I don't even wear. Like if you see me as of now, it'd literally it'll be wrestling t-shirts and sneakers all day. But back then it was rough. And then trying to be friends with people you don't fit, like I said, you don't really fit, and you don't feel like you don't belong. And that's when it was a wake-up call for me, and it's just like, you know what, if people gonna have to deal with this, they have to accept me for who I really am.
Exactly.
If you can't accept me for who I am, I can't be friends with you. It's just not fixing to happen. I'm not going to sit there and continuously get my feelings hurt because, oh, I'm not this, or oh, you gotta be down with the group. It's so exhausting. It's mentally exhausting. It was really toxic for me. It was just like, I'd rather just be by myself,
No,
So
100%. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was rough. It was really rough, and I always had like the personality where, like I said, I'm a nice guy. I'm super funny, and it's to the point where a lot of times people will take that for weakness, and to the point I would get super upset. And when I get super upset, Liquid, let me tell you, it's a whole different character. I actually become a heel. I actually become a heel in real life.
I got you.
We go from being the New Day to we end up being
What, Brock Lesnar maybe?
No,
Triple
not
H?
even him. Not even him. We end up being the golden era 2003 2004 The Rock.
Oh, with the leather vest and stuff, with the pants. Yeah. Okay, go a heel on Raw. I got you.
It's like that / Braun Strowman.
Get these hands.
Yeah, get these hands. I actually have that shirt.
That's awesome. Wow, man. So I can understand that. You're an individual like yourself who, really, honestly, I guess just from everything that you said, and during my time in talking with you and learning more about you, as our friendship grows, you really don't spend your days trying to make other people's lives worse. You really do care about people, and you want to add something positive to their lives. And too many times stories just like yours where people are taken advantage of because kindness is perceived as weakness, but really it should be perceived as strength, because to take time or effort or finance, whatever that you're giving, to give to someone that you may or may not even know, well, that's true strength, because you're going against everything your brain's wiring you to think, like, oh, don't do this, don't trust this, don't do this. But even still, you take that step out there with confidence, with a quiet confidence, and I think that's truly beautiful. Now, I do want you to address why it is a blessing. Like I said before, we're going to talk about the curse first, so let's get into the blessing aspect. So why is it a blessing to you?
Well, it's a blessing to me because it's actually I heard this from a lot of people. who I've been around. Um, me being the night being me being nice and being positive and energetic now is
Uh-huh.
a blessing because it's a breath of fresh air for them.
Yes, we need it. We need it, man.
And it actually like really helps them out. So at work today is Labor Day, and a lot of people, we didn't really do much today because it was a holiday. Everybody was just chilling or whatever, and it was like talking to them, interacting with my coworkers, and joking around with them and having fun. Because I'm gonna be real honest with you. When I'm like doing anything, I like to have fun. I don't stick to just being formal. Now I will be formal when I have to. And I will be professional, be like a formal energy. I will do that if I have to. But sometimes it's just like, it leads to them thinking I'm just an angry brother with an RBF. Just completely angry. And I'm like, I'm not angry, you guys. Like, if I come in the morning, if I gonna go to work, and my coworker is like, "Oh, Hosenka, you all right?" I have my earphones in. I have the work. I'm working on trying to take my earphones out before I go in the building, because I guess when I go in, I'd actually do like I'm ready to murder somebody. And I was like, no, it's not that. I'm okay. I am good. I'm good. Like, I have a good morning. How's your morning? Wow, your energy changed. I was like, it didn't change. It was just, I'm walking to work every day. I have my music, my music in my ear. I'm not angry all the time. It's just, I just have resting brother face. It happens. And I joke with them, and like I said, I have fun with everybody. Like, you gotta have fun sometime in your life,
No, fun is definitely needed. And I think I think sometimes fun, if utilized the right way, is a great way to avoid burnout, not just in life, but in giving so much of your time to other obligations. I think fun is a great way, I want to say an escape, but it's a great way to use time for yourself in order to relax and remind yourself why life, if with the right people, can be one of the most beautiful experiences. You say you use fun in order to enjoy yourself? Is that how you avoid burnout as well? Or what are some of the things you do to avoid like getting too burnt out, or to where he's like, I don't feel like really doing this anymore? Like, what keeps you from crossing that line?
What keep me from crossing that, from burning out, I just do something else. Like, I literally find something else to do. Like, okay, for an example, I just got back into Tekken before season 4. Season 4, we get any announcements for season 4 of Tekken 7.
Yeah.
And I was playing a set on my friend, and I got completely burned out, almost, because I was like, oh man, what am I doing wrong? Like, how is he reading my game plan? Like, how am I doing this, and what am I doing that I'm lacking? And it's just like, after match after match after match, and I'm lost. And I was like, why don't I just rewind and take a step back real quick, and let me just find something else to do before I end up getting burned out on that game, and then doing another thing, you get burned out to the next. So like, I work on other stuff. Like, if I'm not streaming, I'll do something. I'll watch wrestling, or I'm working on Gundam models models and stuff.
Yes.
Let's see what else.
What's your favorite Gundam?
Well, I would say, if I can find it. Oh, it's literally right in front of my face. So this Gundam. It's an all female Gundam, and I got this Gunpla model that I made last week, and her name is Mobile Doll Maid. Now, it's kind of interesting, considering there's like a whole bunch of Gundam franchises.
Oh man,
But yeah,
several. Yeah, because when he was saying, I was trying to think about. Have I ever seen one of those before? Because I remember when I was younger, and because I don't know if you remember those commercials they released years ago. Level 1 Gundam Epion, it's 14
yeah.
hours. Level 4 GPO2 codename Siceless, 72 hours. I'm like, that is awesome. I remember having one of those, man. It took me like 2 weeks to make one. I love building Gundam models, man. So at least for mine, my favorite one is the Endless Waltz version of Wing Zero. I think that's
Ooh, I heard that one. I
yes,
like that one.
yes, one of the most beautiful Gundam models out there. They're all amazing, but yeah, that one's a good one. So.
Oh yeah, I'm now actually getting back into like collecting Gunpla models, and me and my roommate we also like build Gunpla models.
Oh, nice, cool, man.
Yeah, he actually got me back into that. Actually,
nice. Shout out to your roommate. No, I think doing constructive things like that is a great way in order to allow your mind to reset, in order to especially make the most of our time, because it seems like now with everything's going, we got nothing but time now. So like you said, instead of spending all of our time reading into all the negativity that we see on social media and the needless drama, like you said, put the phone down and pick up a hobby and do what you enjoy. And I think building models or learning a language or working out or cooking, whatever it is, I think it's a truly an amazing thing, man. And I've learned a lot from you throughout this episode, man, because I've learned that giving of yourself isn't always just directed towards people, but giving of yourself to the things you enjoy is even more important at times, because like you said in the beginning, before you help others, helping, looking at yourself and seeing what you want to change or should change is always that very important first step that some people tend to skip. So I appreciate you creating such a wonderful insight on that, man. It really, really means a lot.
oh thanks, not a problem, dude. I do what I can,
You do what you can.
Yeah.
now, my brother, I really appreciate you being here, man. Like this was such a beautiful and very insightful conversation, and I would be remiss if I didn't ask you to please, very, very please, leave any of your social media handles so these amazing listeners can follow you on your journey. The floor is yours.
All right, so anyone can follow me on Twitter. It's Hosenka92XX. I also am for the first time ever affiliate Twitch streamer. That's
Let's
awesome.
go.
Hosenka92XX. The name doesn't really change. It's just stuck with me. Side note, so I had a lot of people who asked me about the name Hosenka, and I don't know.
You beat me to it. That's my next question. But go ahead.
Oh, that was the next question. So, are you familiar with Street Fighter 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait.
No.
Go
ahead.
Is it Chun-Li? No.
Yeah, it's Chun-Li.
That's her one of her supers, right?
Ultra 1.
Ah, nice. Okay.
We went with that because it was like one time when I actually got a 360 for my 18th birthday, and we actually I've gotten money to get Marvel vs. Capcom 2 at the time when it was on digital and stuff like that, and they was like, well, my friend was like, well, in order for you to do that, you're gonna have to, when you get the game, you're gonna have to make an account. And I'm like, an Xbox account? All right, whatever. So he's like, well, that's cool and all, but you gotta make a gamer tag. And I'm like, and what is that? Because I didn't, in my parents' house, I had to play, I just played offline, because before I even got the 360, I literally just played my PS2 all day, every day. Like that was my go-to console. So I was just like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you guys making this difficult as it is? And it's like, all right, so come up with a gamer tag name. And I'm like, okay, Hosenka 92, because that's the year I was born, and Double X. I don't know why. Oh, I actually do remember, because Double X is from one of my old favorite female wrestling games, called Rumble Rose's Double X. I literally
Oh
still have a copy
yeah.
to this day.
Oh, Rumble. Oh man. How far back did we go? Gosh, I want to say PS2 era, but probably. I remember seeing in old Game Pro magazines when I was growing up. What system was that on?
360. Xbox 360. Yeah,
Oh,
this
okay,
is at
okay,
the
okay.
time when like they had like this was their full on launch for the
Oh, so like late 2000, like 2008, 9. Then.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wow, that's really cool, man. So, one more question before you go. Like I said, I know we definitely jumped into wrestling a good bit. So, if you could create your own WrestleMania moment, let's say we jump to a point in time or back in time when we're selling out, where you can sit in an arena of 100,000 people, all screaming or booing your favorite wrestlers. If there was a WrestleMania moment you could recreate with you in the first person point of view, which one would it be?
Ooh, let's see. Ooh, that's a really good one. Actually, it would have to be the WrestleMania moment where I'm trying to remember which one it was, because I think it was the one where the part where I think it's the one where the New Day had reintroduced
The Hardy Boys?
the Hardy Boys.
That was, oh well, Vince doesn't like us saying the number anymore, but I want to say that was about three years ago. 3 years ago, I believe. Yeah, this is when there was it was an open stadium, because I remember everyone was marking out like crazy.
Yeah.
When it happened. Okay, so you like to be the New Day. Oh, so you want to be where they were. That's cool. That's cool. I could see that. If I had to pick one for you, I would say it would be the one where WrestleMania 25
Ooh.
versus The Undertaker. Right with that
Oh,
that you
man.
coming out of the sky with the beautiful glowing lights and the white wardrobe and stuff like that, and then your theme music hits. That's you, man.
Wow, man.
That's you, man.
And then just go ahead and make like the most craziest dynamic entry.
Yeah.
Just do, like Seahawks freaking what does he does? Condor dive.
Yeah. I'm telling
My
you.
friends joked about that so bad, because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna end up being a Seahawk, man. And when I do, I'm Condor and dive every last one of y'all in this room.
Oh my.
And it's like, if I
goodness.
become a wrestler, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm not gonna lie. Like that would be you would definitely be pushed to the main event level if Vince saw you condoring diving off of the turnbuckle like that. That'd be crazy, man.
Man.
But seriously, man, thank you so much for being here, man. This is a beautiful conversation. Like I said, I had fun. I hope you did too, man. Really, thanks so much for being here.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me on here. Like I said, this is my first podcast. This is really dope. Like, I never really thought in a million years I would be in someone else's podcast or any podcast, really.
Hey man, like I said, I just want to use my platform in order to highlight some amazing people who do so much for the community, and sometimes it gets overlooked and in the span of other things. But like I said, man, you're a beautiful soul, man, and what you're doing doesn't go unnoticed. And I really hope that your journey, wherever it takes you, man, is rife with success and good health for what you do for other people, man.
Wow, thank you so much, dude.
No problem, man. No, it's not a problem at all. Don't forget to follow Hosenka on all of his social media handles. A great brother, a great guy. Make sure to check all of that out. On behalf of Hosenka, I am your Professor Liquid, and like I always say before we conclude, you're only a couple of decisions away, a couple of choices away from discovering your purpose and maximizing your potential. Till next time we meet, till next time we talk, take care of each other. Be well. All right. Pool hours are over. Don't want you catching a cramp. Tell you what, come on back for a swim soon and we can catch up on life. In the meantime, check me out on Twitter at FormlessLiquid. You can also find this podcast on Buzzsprout, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many others. Just type in Liquid Wisdom Podcast and boom, you're there. Catch you later.